Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Discover Angling. Before the fishing begins in this episode, I want to show you guys the rigs a little bit more up close. A lot of people who have never done this kind of fishing before probably don't know a lot about the rigs. So if you're new to bottom bouncing, let me give you kind of a tutorial into how the setup works, and so that you can understand it a little bit better of what you're looking at. So I used two poles in the video today. They're both medium action spinning rods. I got a 6.5 on the left and a 7-foot on the right. Both the lines on each one of them are going to be 10-pound braid. So that's the main line. So let's start with the Fenwick here, the dark one. You got the main line and it comes down and it connects to the bottom bouncer here. So here's your bottom bouncer. This is a 3-ounce. This one is chartreuse. They come in a variety of different colors. Chartreuse, they can be plain lead, kind of like any old sinker. There's different colors for them. But anyway, so what you've got is the main weight here and this little kind of antenna that sticks down and is used to feel the bottom as you drift along. And then up here you got a swivel that can connect to either a crawler harness, which I'll show you here in a minute. But in this particular case, what I did is I just took some monofilament line. This is heavy line. This is like 30-pound test. And I tied it to the swivel. And at the end of the line, I have a perch-colored Rapala. I think it's an F9. It's a floating kind too, so I didn't want it to get hung up on the bottom. That ended up producing fish for me today. So you can really kind of tie any kind of bait at the end of these things, anything that you think a walleye would be attracted to. Then on the other line here, or excuse me, the other rod, my Abu Garcia, got the same thing, 3-ounce weight. This one's got a little bit longer antenna. But as you see, the swivel here connects to the crawler harness. The crawler harness comes with a pre-tied loop, just kind of like the eagle claw hooks that you buy in a pack. But typically the lines are going to be about 5 or 6 feet long, and then you get your actual crawler harness over here. So what you've got, these are common parts of just about any kind of crawler harness. You got your blade that spins, you've got some beads, you've got a main hook which you tie, or excuse me, which you hook the night crawler to. And in this case, this little red hook serves as kind of a stinger hook. So I won't necessarily connect that to the night crawler. It'll just kind of go freely. So when the walleye comes up and attacks the bait, this hook is supposed to kind of get sucked into the walleye's mouth to hook him. So that's kind of just a general up-close view of what these rigs look like and how they work. You may get a glimpse of them in the coming video. And hopefully this gives you a little bit better understanding of how this setup works. On. All right, first walleye, St. Clair River, 2021. He's coming up. Got him on the crawler harness, 1.5 ounce weight. Captain James is going to assist with the net job. We should have our first look at him any second now. Here he comes. There's our buddy.
Nice.
All right. All right, so bottom bouncing is you kind of just take your rig and let it plunge to the bottom. Move it down like 10 or 12 feet at a time. And then stop every so often, and what you're doing is you're trying to wait. You're trying to find the bottom. We're in about 45 feet of water, so it's going to take me a few seconds here. But typically, depending on the bottom of the river, you'll be able to tell you're on the bottom when you feel the vibration on your line. A lot of times it's going to feel like just a vibration, like kind of like a perch is messing with your bait or something. And what you want to do is just kind of tickle the bottom with the bottom of your rig. That's kind of the sweet spot to be in. You want to stay near that vibration point where you're touching the bottom. So adjust your depth as needed. Well, have a look at this. I got myself a real St. Clair River garbage fishing pole. Looks like an ugly stick or something. Just yank this dude off the bottom. Ha! Well, normally I'm a catch and release kind of guy, but I just can't find it in my conscience to throw this back in. Got one.
Nice.
Ooh, he's a little heftier than the last one. Slightly.
Yeah, well, that's a nice size fish. Nice
Cool.
Fish, Pat.
Thank
nice
you.
Fish.
We had a little lull there in the morning and the action suddenly started picking up again, so hopefully I can get a couple more on film here. We switched to heavier weights. We're using 3 ounce now because the north wind is pushing us downriver a little faster than the current would just let us drift naturally, so we increase the weight to get down to the bottom a little quicker and keep it there longer. So I decided to put a perch-colored Rapala at the end of my bottom bouncing rig. I think it's about to produce a fish. Check it out, bro. Thinking outside of the bizox. Yeah, thanks. Sweet. So that's it for today's St. Clair River adventure. We got 5 total, so not too bad. We didn't limit out, but we did have some action. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next one.